In one of the most captivating prophecies of Christian eschatology, the reconstruction of the temple in Jerusalem stands out. This sacred place, historically a center of worship and reverence, is prophesied to re-emerge as a crucial player in the final events. The anticipation surrounding the Third Temple is not just about bricks and mortar. It represents a profound spiritual and prophetic milestone, a key event in God's redemptive plan. The prophecy of the Third Temple is rooted in several biblical texts, especially in Daniel chapter 9, verse 27, Matthew chapter 24, verse 15, and 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 4. Each of these scriptures points to the importance of the temple in the unfolding events of the end times. In Daniel chapter 9, verse 27, we read about a covenant that will be confirmed with many for 1 week. In the middle of this week, the sacrifice and oblation will cease, and the temple will be desecrated. This verse indicates that the Antichrist will establish a strong agreement with the people of Israel for a period of 7 years, but after 3.5 years, he will interrupt religious rituals, resulting in desolation. In Matthew chapter 24, verse 15, Jesus warns about the abomination of desolation mentioned by the prophet Daniel, referring to the temple as the place where these events will occur. Similarly, in 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 4, Paul speaks of a man of sin who will exalt himself above everything that is called God or is worshipped, sitting in the temple of God and proclaiming himself as God. The construction of the Third Temple is seen as a direct fulfillment of these prophecies, signifying more than just a historical recurrence but a prophetic event of immense importance. The re-emergence of the temple in Jerusalem is a tangible sign pointing towards the climax of human history and God's ultimate redemptive plan. The prophetic scriptures in Daniel chapter 9, verse 27, Matthew chapter 24, verse 15, and 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 4 make it clear that the construction of the temple is not a matter of if, but when. However, the realization of this prophecy faces seemingly insurmountable challenges in today's volatile political climate. The Temple Mount is one of the most contested religious sites in the world, sacred to both Jews and Muslims. The Dome of the Rock, an Islamic shrine, currently occupies the site where the Jewish temple once stood, adding layers of political and religious complexity to the discussion about rebuilding the temple. Nevertheless, eschatological teachings suggest that during the last days, the construction of the temple will occur under extraordinary circumstances. As we draw closer to the fulfillment of this prophecy, it becomes imperative to watch for certain signs and figures. Look for a man who will lead the effort to build the temple, a charismatic and influential leader who will emerge on the world stage. This man could be the Antichrist, who, according to the Bible, will initially present himself as a peacemaker and protector of Israel, gaining widespread support and admiration. However, his true nature will be revealed, exalting himself to the point of entering the newly built temple and proclaiming himself as God. This unprecedented act of blasphemy, the abomination of desolation, will mark a turning point in the end-time narrative, a severe warning of the beginning of the Great Tribulation. The reconstruction of the temple in Jerusalem is not merely a speculative event, but a pillar of prophetic expectation, serving as a beacon for believers, a reminder of God's sovereignty and the unfolding of his divine plan. As we witness events in the Middle East and the growing anticipation of the temple's construction, we must remain vigilant and discerning, always attentive to the signs that point to the imminent fulfillment of this monumental prophecy. The prophecy of the gathering of Israel, as foretold in Isaiah chapter 11, verse 12, speaks of a divine regathering of the Jewish people from the four corners of the earth. This prophecy is not just a historical footnote, but a living, ongoing fulfillment unfolding before our eyes. In Isaiah chapter 11, verse 12, the prophet declares that God will raise a banner for the nations and gather the exiles of Israel, assembling the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth. This vision of a reunited Israel is a cornerstone of biblical eschatology, symbolizing the restoration of God's chosen people to their ancestral homeland. The modern state of Israel, established in 1948, is often viewed as a significant fulfillment of this prophecy. After centuries of diaspora, the Jewish people returned to their homeland, reconstituting Israel as a nation. This monumental event occurred after the devastating Holocaust in World War II, when the need for a homeland for the Jewish people was more urgent than ever. The establishment of Israel was not just a geopolitical event, but a profound prophetic moment, echoing the ancient words of Isaiah. Since 1948, waves of immigration, known as Aliyah, have brought Jews from all corners of the world back to Israel. This ongoing return is seen as a continued fulfillment of Isaiah's prophecy, despite the challenges and conflicts that have marked Israel's modern history. The gathering of the Jewish people continues, underscoring the enduring relevance of this biblical promise. In recent years, however, the dynamics of Jewish immigration to Israel have changed. In the past 8 months, the number of Jews immigrating to Israel has significantly decreased compared to previous years. In 2023, the number of immigrants was notably lower, with only 44,372 people moving to Israel in the first 11 months, a sharp decline from 74,713 in 2022. This downturn was influenced by the outbreak of conflict in October of 2023, which further reduced immigration numbers during those months. Despite this overall decline, there has been a surge in interest and applications for Aliyah following the outbreak of the conflict. According to an article from the Times of Israel, many Jewish people, particularly from Western countries, have shown increased interest in moving to Israel due to rising anti-Semitism and a strong sense of solidarity with Israel during difficult times. This renewed interest is expected to result in higher immigration numbers in the coming months, indicating a continued fulfillment of the prophecy in Isaiah chapter 11, verse 12. As we look to the future, it is essential to recognize the prophetic significance of the ongoing gathering of Israel. This event is not merely a historical curiosity, but a living testament to God's faithfulness and the fulfillment of His promises. The continued return of Jews to Israel is a powerful reminder that God's plans are unfolding in our time in ways that are both profound and deeply moving. We are living in an age of unprecedented technological advancements. Take, for instance, Elon Musk and his revolutionary innovations with Neuralink, SpaceX, and Tesla. Neuralink aims to merge the human brain with artificial intelligence, promising a future where humans can interact directly with machines. SpaceX endeavors to make space travel more accessible, while Tesla revolutionizes the automotive industry with electric cars and autonomous driving. As we witness these rapid technological changes, it is clear that technology will play a crucial role in the fulfillment of end-time prophecies. In past generations, many biblical prophecies seemed implausible, but with today's technological advancements, their fulfillment is now within reach. One such prophecy is found in Revelation chapter 11, verse 9, which speaks of the entire world witnessing the dead bodies of the 2 witnesses for 3.5 days. In previous eras, theologians struggled to understand how this could happen. Today, with the invention of live broadcasting and the internet, it is entirely possible for people around the globe to see events in real time. Mass media, live streaming, and social media platforms allow for the instant worldwide dissemination of information, making it conceivable for this prophecy to be fulfilled exactly as described. This passage from Revelation chapter 11, verses 7 to 10, depicts a scenario that fits perfectly with our technologically connected age. It is easy to envision people incessantly checking news or social media updates on their smartphones, following the story of the 2 witnesses. The global audience will be able to watch live streams and breaking news coverage of these events, bringing the prophecy to life in vivid detail. Another significant aspect of technology in the end times is the infrastructure for the Antichrist's complete control. Revelation chapter 13, verse 7, states that it was granted to him to make war with the saints and to overcome them, and authority was given him over every tribe, tongue, and nation. Modern surveillance technologies, such as facial recognition, drones, and extensive data monitoring, make it possible for a centralized authority to exert unprecedented control over large populations. Governments and corporations can now track individuals' movements and actions in ways that were unimaginable in the past. setting the stage for the kind of authoritarian control prophesied in Revelation. Facial recognition technologies, for instance, can identify and track individuals in real time, allowing for continuous surveillance. Drones equipped with cameras and sensors can patrol areas and gather intelligence without human intervention. Extensive data monitoring through internet activity, financial transactions, and communication channels provides a comprehensive overview of people's lives. These technologies enable a level of control and surveillance that aligns eerily well with the biblical description of the Antichrist reign. In addition to surveillance, advancements in financial technology are paving the way for a cashless society, another component of end-time control. Revelation chapter 13, verses 16 to 17, speaks of the mark of the beast, without which no one can buy or sell. With digital currencies and biometric payment systems becoming more prevalent, the idea of a mark that controls financial transactions is increasingly plausible. These systems could easily be manipulated to enforce the kind of economic control described in the prophecy. Finally, consider the prophecy in Daniel chapter 12, verse 4. But you, Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book until the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall increase. We are witnessing an explosion of knowledge and mobility like never before. The internet has democratized information, making knowledge accessible to anyone with a smartphone. Global travel is more common and faster than at any point in history, allowing people to move to and fro across the globe with ease. This increase in knowledge and mobility aligns perfectly with Daniel's vision of the end times. In Matthew chapter 24, verse 14, Jesus proclaimed, "And this gospel of the kingdom will be preached in all the world as a testimony to all nations, and then the end will come." This prophecy foretells the widespread dissemination of the gospel to every corner of the globe before the end of days. With the advent of modern technology and communications, the spread of Christianity has reached unprecedented levels. Missionary work, digital evangelism, and Christian broadcasting have made the message of the gospel accessible to nearly every corner of the world. The prophecy's fulfillment is closely linked to the technological advancements discussed in Prophecy 3. The internet, satellite television, and social media have become powerful tools for evangelism. Platforms like YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram allow for the gospel to be shared with millions of people instantaneously. Ministries can now broadcast sermons and teachings live, reaching audiences that were previously inaccessible. This unprecedented reach of the gospel is a testament to the power of modern technology in fulfilling biblical prophecies. However, it is important to note that this prophecy will not be completely fulfilled until the events described in Revelation 14, where 3 angels will proclaim crucial messages to the inhabitants of the earth. When the world is at its worst, on the brink of the end, God will go to extraordinary lengths to ensure that everyone hears the gospel. The Antichrist will have risen to power, his rule marked by deception and tyranny, with the false prophet at his side performing great signs to lead astray, if possible, even the elect. They will establish a world order that demands allegiance, a system that embodies rebellion against the Creator. In this moment of humanity's greatest darkness, God will intervene in a manner unprecedented in human history. Never before has God done what he will do in chapter 14 of the book of Revelation. In an extraordinary act of mercy and sovereignty, he will dispatch 3 angels with messages of critical importance. These angels will literally fly across the skies, communicating the gospel to each nation in their own languages. Revelation chapter 14, verses 6 to 7, describes these 3 angels and their messages. The first angel proclaims the everlasting gospel to the entire world, fulfilling the prophecy of Matthew chapter 24, verse 14. The second angel announces the fall of Babylon, a symbol of corrupt systems that oppose God. The third angel warns about the eternal consequences of worshiping the beast and receiving his mark. These 3 angels play crucial roles in the eschatological narrative. Their messages ensure that the gospel and the call to worship the true God reach every corner of the earth, fulfilling the prophecy of global evangelism. They also declare the impending judgment and the downfall of corrupt systems, providing a final, urgent warning to humanity. In conclusion, the prophecy that the gospel will be preached to all nations is being fulfilled through the use of modern technology and communications. However, its ultimate fulfillment will occur during the end times, when God will send 3 angels to ensure that every person hears the gospel.